on Sportsnet. Brought to you by Home Hardware and Building Center locations. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. And by the 2013 Honda CR-V, an IIHS top safety pick. Honda is the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Welcome to Rogers Center. It is a spectacular night here in Toronto. The roof is wide open tonight. No threats of thunderstorms in the area. Walt Weiss's Rockies were shut out last night on just 5 hits. Now let's take a look at the Rockies lineup. The starting lineups are brought to you by Quaker State. Real, durable oil. Top of the order, different look tonight. Josh Rutledge is the leadoff man. He takes over for Dexter Fowler, who gets the day off. Jordan Pacheco is also in the lineup. Carlos Gonzalez, 7 home runs, 22 RBIs in June. That leads the entire National League. He's off to a great start this month. He was the player of the week last week. Michael Kadire, during 2013 interleague play, he's got a .417 average, 15 for 36, a pair of homers and 5 RBIs, and they'll face their former teammate, the right-hander Esmil Rogers.
Well, Esmer Rogers coming off a great start. His last outing, 7 strong innings, only giving up 1 home run. That the home run by Nelson Cruz, and he has now just surrendered 2 earned runs in his last 2 outings, so he's pitching well.
Defensively behind Rogers, because the starting pitching has been so good, defense has been really keen. Everybody anticipates every pitch being put into play. Cabrera, Davis, and Bautista back in right field. DeRosa is at third tonight. Esteuras Bonifacio up the middle. Edwin Encarnacion's at first. JP Arancibia will handle Esmil Rogers here tonight.
Good to see Jose back in the lineup in right field. Missed a couple of games with dehydration and some cramping in his legs. Good to see him out in his familiar position in right field.
So we are set to go. We mentioned the starters have 4 wins last time through the rotation. That's been a dramatic turnaround. The starting pitching has been hot. Esmil Rogers is set. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. Off the inside edge, and we are underway. Josh Rutledge gets the start at second base. He is the everyday second baseman, making his 41st start at second. He fouls that one off the chin of JP Arancibia. Rogers making his 4th start. This is his 26th career start. He is 1-0 in 3 games as a starter. Boy, that's been his bread and butter.
Yeah.
That pitch right there.
There's that sinker that he has really kind of learned how to throw, and it's just a fastball, 2-seam fastball that he's able to get his hand on top of and just runs down and into right-handers. Very effective pitch.
1-2. Breaking ball hit on the ground. Esteuras behind the bag at second. In time, 1 down. Esmil Rogers, we mentioned he's making his 4th start of the season. ERA is good, opponent's batting average impressive, and the whip just over 1. He has really taken to this role.
Well, no question. I think he's comfortable with it. I think in the bullpen, knowing that you might have to pitch every day, you don't get any kind of routine. And as a starter, knowing you have those 4 to 5 days off, depending on off days, I think it fits him well, and he's just really relishing this role right now.
You know, I see more pitches. His ability to spin the breaking balls a little bit better. We've been talking about his 2-seam fastball, where he's sinking it in on right-handers, using his changeup. He might flip in a curveball every now and then. Out of the bullpen, it was 1 inning, and here it is. Let's go.
Jordan Pacheco takes strike 2.
Yeah, I think
down in the zone.
I think that's a good point you bring up, because in the bullpen, sometimes you're only facing 1 hitter. You might face a whole inning, but you might just face 1 hitter, and that hitter is not going to see everything you have. If you're exposing a weakness, say he doesn't hit the ball away, and you're just pounding fastballs away, where as a starter, you have to really, over the course of the game, show him everything.
They showed him 3 strikes right there. Bottom of the zone. Phil Cuzzy getting what for from Jordan Pacheco, but Rogers has his first strikeout of the night.
Pretty good pitch right there. You can see the grip. That ball's going to go straight down. Look at that thing. Good job by JP Arancibia, really, to catch that ball and hold it right there for the home plate umpire to see.
JP got a little refresher course from Sal Fasano when the team was in Chicago, and I'm already seeing the benefits of it. He's done a better job of presenting the target and keeping that glove quiet. Carlos Gonzalez, tonight he's in left field. Gonzalez was the DH last night. He finished up 0 for 4, but maybe hit the hardest ball all night when he lined out to first base in the 8th inning. First pitch breaking ball.
Isn't that funny? The Blue Jays get a blooper to win the ball game, and Gonzalez hits a rocket and doesn't have anything to show for it.
Then made a great play at first, and it was hit to his glove side. He snared it for the out. Yeah, that's the beauty of baseball. You know, you can say, well, you got 4 hard hit balls, you go 0 for 4, and Historis ends up with 2 hits, broke up the no-hitter, and drives in the only runs of a ball game with a bloop over the shortstop's head.
You know, during this winning streak, the breaks have finally started going the Blue Jays' way.
Jack, what was it like for you to pitch against the Tigers for the first time when you left them?
Well, at the time it was the hardest thing I ever did in the big leagues. Facing your old teammates, especially guys that you admired so much and had so many great moments with. And you know, try to keep from laughing a few times. Take it serious, try to focus. It was not easy to focus, especially with guys like Cecil Fielder, who was telling you that he was going to take you deep right in the middle of your pitch.
Do you remember how you did?
I threw him a changeup. I was trying to screw him into the ground, and I threw him a changeup that went about 50 miles an hour. He did screw into the ground, but the next time he had a rocket.
2-2 pitch, bouncing ball. Bonifacio has it. Quick inning for Esmail Rogers against his former team. The Blue Jays won 2-0 last night on 3 hits. Melky Cabrera will try to turn that around tonight, followed by Jose Bautista and Edwin Encarnacion batting .327 in interleague play. Four hits or less. Last night was a beauty. They got some clutch hitting and timely hits. Top of the order, Melky Cabrera, Jose Bautista, Edwin Encarnacion. We mentioned his .327 batting average in interleague play, including 4 homers. And he's driven in 13. And then way down at the bottom of the order, Emilio Bonifacio is back in the lineup at second base because he's got a .337 career average against Colorado. And he scored 17 runs. They are set to take on the lefty, Jeff Francis.
Yeah, 32-year-old left-hander Jeff Francis, making his 10th start of the year. He's making his 2nd start since coming off a 15-day disabled list where he had a slight groin pull. I think he got that running bases, but there's his numbers for this year.
Francis misses the inside corner. It's a ball and a strike. Francis, making his 4th start against the Blue Jays, has won his 3 previous outings. One of those wins came as a member of the Kansas City Royals. Hit up the middle, base hit for Melky Cabrera. Defensively behind Jeff Francis, Gold Glover in left field. Carlos Gonzalez has 2 Gold Gloves to his credit. Tyler Colvin making his 3rd start in the center. Michael Kadire with 3 assists. Nolan Arenado at third base. Herrera and Rutledge up the middle. Todd Helton has 3 Gold Gloves, and the catcher is Willen Rosario. Willen has a terrific arm behind the plate.
In the outfield, they've got some good throwing arms, none better than this guy right here. He leads the National League in outfield assists with 8 to go along with those Gold Gloves.
Jose Bautista goes after the first pitch and rips it over the screen out of play.
Yeah, on both corners in the outfield, they've got some guys that can throw. Michael Kadire, a lot like Carlos Gonzalez, got a great arm. Very few people run on him, so pretty good defensive team.
Kadire's played every position but short and catcher. I mean, he can really play all the positions. He came up with Minnesota, and they weren't sure where to put him. They had him at third, used him at second a lot. He's played first. Played all the outfield positions, but he is a terrific defender.
Baseball player. He's a baseball player. He can play all over the place.
Ball and a strike to Bautista.
Well, Jeff Francis, one of those pitchers, you don't expect anything hard. He's going to get you out with breaking ball, off speed, and take a little off of that. He's pitched well his last time out, but you're going to see a steady diet of breaking balls.
Yeah, don't look for the Jeff Francis from a few years ago when he threw a little bit harder. He'll drop that really slow curveball in on you.
Well, Jose De La Rosa pitched very effective last night, basically showing the fastball but off the plate, and Francis is going to have that same kind of approach.
Downstairs. Jeff Francis was with the Rockies from 2002 through 2010. He signed with Kansas City in 2011. Then he signed a minor league contract with Cincinnati in 2012, and the Reds let him go in June, and Colorado re-signed him. 3-1 pitch to Bautista. He takes a strike. Francis was the 9th overall pick in the draft in 2002. Only Adam Lowen was drafted higher. Lowen was a 5th round pick also in 2002. Francis went to the University of British Columbia. Foul back. Cabrera was on the move.
Trying to stir it up early. The Blue Jays against Francis. He won't strike that many players out, so I think you can see the runners take off at first base in these types of situations. Stay out of the double play. Your percentages of the strike him out, throw him out go down.
Full count. Cabrera with a modest lead. There he goes. Pitch to Bautista is a broken bat, little tapper back to the mound. Francis goes to first. Cabrera moves up. 1 out. Jeff Francis, we mentioned, he was the ace of the staff in 2007 during the World Series year. You see his career numbers. Through 2004 through 2007, 47 and 34. Then he had shoulder surgery in 2009, and it's been a rough road for him ever since.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that, I look out there and see Jeff Francis, say he's been with this club forever. And yet he's only got 7+ years in the big leagues with Colorado.
Those numbers, they don't look that different except in the win-loss column. They all look about the same. A whip of 1.4 and an ERA of 4.5 to 5.
Well, he led the Rockies in innings pitched last year with just 113 innings. That says a lot about their starting pitching a year ago.
Edwin Encarnacion goes after the first pitch. 265 on the season for Edwin. He's at first base tonight as Adam Lind is the DH. Blue Jays with a chance to score early. Cabrera at second. Driven deep to center field. On the run is Colvin. It's off the wall. Cabrera's coming around third. He's going to score. Encarnacion has a stand-up RBI double.
Well, you can't hit him much harder than that right there. That is an absolute line drive right off the center field wall.
400-foot line drive, frozen rope to center field. Edwin got a breaking ball up, and he uncoils on that thing. He squares that thing up and hits a seed. Good job by Melky Cabrera to redouble, and a good job by DeMarlo Hale, who was coaching third base tonight, to wave him home, aggressively scoring the game's first run.
Encarnacion picks up his 56th RBI of the season. He's third in the American League in that department, and the Blue Jays have a 1-0 lead.
Here's DeMarlo Hale, who is going to be coaching third base the next couple of days.
Luis Rivera is away for his daughter's graduation, so DeMarlo has been down at third before. He is familiar with the duties.
I was teasing him before the game. I was showing him the wave and stop all at the same time, and you said, no, Jack, it's this way. He says, I use it on my right hand for the run, and I use my left hand as a stop. He says, I don't get them together.
There he is, judging it. You can see he gets down the line, and he's going to send Melky. Now he comes up to third base to give him a little voice command also.
Lynn singles into center. Encarnacion got a good break. Hale is waving him around, and he will score. Lynn picks up the RBI. The Blue Jays have matched their total run output last night. It's 2-0 in the first.
Well, after the Edwin Encarnacion double to center field, Tyler Colvin, who's playing center, backed up a couple of steps, and watch when this ball gets out there. Hanging breaking ball once again. How deep Colvin is out in center field. Edwin reads it. He knows that he's playing deep, and he's going to score without a throw. Center fielder playing deep, plays it on a hop, and just, you can see it. No chance to throw out Edwin, just lobs it back into second base.
Another hit against the lefty for Adam Lind. He's 14 for 29. Mark DeRosa hammers this ball to left off the wall. Lind is headed for third. Gonzalez has a great arm. He beats the throw in there. DeRosa hammers a double off the wall down the left field line, and the Blue Jays are all over Jeff Francis here in the first.
Well, they have to mix it up a little bit, maybe throw a breaking ball in the dirt. Walt Weiss is saying, Jeff, you got to get the ball down. DeRosa all over this first pitch. He's been doing this since they put him in the starting rotation. Starting lineup, first pitch fastball all over it.
Well, the key for all three of those hits, all three of them were up in the zone, and you get a hot hitting team. Edwin's been hot all year. Adams been on fire for a while, and Mark DeRosa, smart hitter. All three of those guys getting the ball up to hit.
Blue Jays have one more hit this inning than they had in 9 innings last night. The infield is in. Rajay Davis, why not go up there hacking?
Don't you find it interesting in the first inning that the infield is playing in?
I do. But the Rockies were shut out last night on just 5 hits. But this is a tough infield to play in. Jonathan Herrera, the shortstop, has backed up a couple of steps. Lind at third, Rosa at second. Rajay base hit to left field. Lynn's coming in to score. DeRosa's being waved in. Here's the throw. Now DeRosa stopped, and he is out. Hale waved DeRosa around third. Gonzalez has a terrific arm and made a good throw right to the cutoff man, Arenado. And DeRosa stopped and then was tagged out as he got back to third.
Yeah, Mark did not read DeMarlo Hale at all there. When he came to third base, he literally stopped at the bag. And DeMarlo was waving him in, but I think he got caught up himself and then did not get back. And there's that young Nolan Arenado, just a baseball instinct kind of guy. He almost dekes DeRosa, and then it's just a foot race, and the younger guy wins.
Johnny on the spot right there. Arenado looked like DeRosa was anticipating getting the stop sign when he was coming around third base, as he explains his case right there to Mark Burley.
And Arenado continues to impress. He's playing just his 46th big league game, and it looks like he's a 10-year veteran the way he moves around at third. So the Blue Jays have a 3-0 lead. 3 runs on 5 hits. Rajay Davis at second picks up an RBI. And if France is going to try to shorten his lead at second. Isn't it interesting how the Blue Jays have come out smoking after being held to just 3 hits last night? That's generally the case.
I think it's a good indication of how well Jorge De La Rosa threw last night. He threw a whale of a game.
Aaron Sebia drives it to left. This ball is off the wall. Davis is around third. He'll score.